First of all, the movie itself, Lee's. I've been a big fan of Lee's ever since his first film, and the cast that they've started to assemble was pretty impeccable, and I think there was like 7 or 8 Academy Award nominees or winners in the cast. So, but mostly, I think it was just the excitement of hearing that someone was thinking that I could actually be right for Kennedy, and. So the excitement turned to fear naturally because of the burden, not the burden necessarily, but the responsibility to history. But it's been terrific. I've immersed myself in the studies and the accent and prosthetics and everything. I really want to do him justice, and it's a really special experience to be a part of this movie, and not only that, but to be playing such an icon. To me, it's like, he was such a specific character, and the danger is doing a caricature. You don't want to just come off like you're doing an impersonation of John F. Kennedy. You want there to be, real fibers of reality, in him, and you want to keep him human. And it's easy to depict what we all know and see in our heads, and have seen in movies and news clips and photos. And so for me, it is I have to learn the dialect. I wanted to learn his mannerisms. He had a specific posture. He would sort of lean forward a bit because he had a bad back. He was chronically ill most of the time. So I wanted to get all those down, and then I wanted to forget about it so that I could concentrate on the dialogue, on the humanity of the character, and not get hung up on, whether or not my accent is working, or whether or not the hair looks exactly right, or the posture. I wanted to get those so ingrained in me that I wasn't. They became autopilot. I could actually act and be present in the scene. I think I think the story of the Butler is an amazing account, an incredible recollection by this gentleman, and. It's specific and interesting and different in the sense that it takes you in a time warp through, not just to one specific time period, but through, I believe, 8 presidencies, but all from the unique perspective of Eugene Allen. And I think that's what makes this really interesting. I think it's important to remind everyone what we went through, and not too long ago. I don't see anything bad that can come from that. I gotta be honest, it has been so much fun to be playing these iconic characters, and it's a great responsibility, but it's also great fun to show up and see Minka looking, like a spitting image of Jackie, and had the beautiful brown doe eyes, and the charm and the elegance. We did a scene the other day where I introduced myself to the staff, and I'm walking down and shaking everyone's hands, and I'm like, at one point I'm like, Oscar winner, Grammy winner, another Oscar winner. I loved watching him because he obviously directs as well, and it was just so interesting seeing him get into character, and how he navigates with other actors, and he is the consummate pro, and he just beams goodness, and I would want every other actor that I ever work with to be like Forrest, for the experience. Yeah, and of course he's remarkably talented. And working with Lee is a show, man. I love it. He is a spirit and an energy that like I've never seen, and to be in his field of gravity is really something special. He believes in this. He's juggling 5,000 things at one time, and yet he still finds the time to focus on the smallest of details or the questions that you have in your mind. And he knows how to. He's very good at stripping you of what you see in your head as what you're going to look like on screen. And if he sees any sort of false moment or any sort of manufactured moment that actors fall victim to all the time, I do, we all do, you know, he's on it and he goes, oh, try this, take you over here, take you this way, and he guides you, and he's a really, he's got wonderful taste in filmmaking and takes and acting, and it's I can't tell you, with a role like this, you need how important trust is with a director.